Anyway, to explain how Bon Appetit embarrassed me, this is how Bon Appetit embarrassed me. They embarrassed me as a black woman, as a woman of color, for, first of all, y'all don't really have any black staff members back in the day, okay? So when I started to stand the Bon Appetit test kitchen, there was no like prominent black person there. So if I'm a black person, most of the people I know, most of my friends are black, all my family is black, then I look crazy. I already look kind of kooky going like, oh, watch this show. It's really cute. And then she makes a gourmet version of a snack food. Like, you have to watch. Watch the show because Brad is funny and he like makes stuff and he like ferments things for a year and it's really cool. How do I sound already? I'm already asking people, go out on a limb with me here. Come with me, people of color. Go out on a limb. I'm already like doing that. So then we get to, this whole scandal with Adam Rappaport. You're embarrassing. How embarrassing could you be? Like, First of all, he's in his 40s now. So this was like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, something like that. He was like in his 30s. I'm like, how? Like, even, okay, let's say because people always say like, oh, humor was different in the early 2000s. Let's say that this humor was like okay to some people in the early 2000s. Let's say that. But there were always people saying that this was lowbrow, tasteless humor. There were always those people. There was always that group. You hear me? I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say at this point. It's embarrassing. It's like you try to make it all social justice-y, like, I can't stand by this. It's embarrassing. We've already had the social justice conversation. We've already had the equal pay conversation. We've already had all those conversations. Now it's time to talk about, this is embarrassing. You're talking about fan accounts are rebranding. You're talking about, you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? It's embarrassing. Like, everyone is humiliated. We're talking about a group of professionals that had to walk away from your organization. And this is what bothers me. So we already know that there's organizational inequality going on. We already know there's structural inequality happening at the Condé Nast Publishing. They've proven that to us, and they put it on Front Street. This is why they're stupid, though, because when Rappaport got called out for brownface, I'm not showing the picture because, ew, that's embarrassing. Again, embarrassing. You're grown. You're in your 30s. That type of lowbrow, I'm going to dress as another race thing, that you shouldn't even be doing that. Like, when we see, like, frat boys dressed in blackface, is it disgusting? Yes. But, like, at least they're racist and young and immature. You were just 30 years old and thought it was okay to go in brown face as a Puerto Rican person. Like, you thought Puerto Rican was a costume. And they're not even dressed as anyone. They were just dressed as New Yorkers as a costume. Like, I'm screaming. I'm yelling. But, like, that's how I feel. I'm yelling internally and externally. Okay, so let's say this whole thing goes down. Everybody gets exposed. The staff behind the scenes gets exposed for not paying people equal pay. You know, everybody gets exposed back in May. Okay, this is May. So don't you think, like, I should have been worried, but there's so many things going on. I wasn't worried about Bon Appetit in June and July. Once we got to August and I was like, they started making announcements like people leaving, I was like, oh, I should have seen this coming, but there's so much going on. How can I pay attention to this as well? So I'm trying, like, my one side of my face is so dark. Anyway, moving right along. So after this happens, right in May, that's when you should have said, this is what we should have said at Condé Nast. We should have said, oh my gosh, Adam Rappaport is such a bad person. This is what corporations do. This is what smart corporations, this is what smart evil corporations do. Bon Appetit, Condé Nast is clearly a dumb evil corporation. So a smart evil corporation goes, oh my God, we're shocked. We can't believe Adam Rappaport's such an asshole. He's terrible. He's fired. He's stepping down. Get away. He's gone. All his policies are gone. What do you want? Oh, we're negotiating. Everything's good. Everything's sunshine. And you... This is what you do. This is what you do. When you're an evil corporation, you pretend like the person that got called out, you pretend like he was a single lone wolf and everybody else is nice and he was stopping everybody else from being nice. So now you put up a big show. You put up a big show. You give everyone fun new contracts. You give people their little shows that they want. Whatever you gotta do. You pretend like it was just him. And then you go to the negotiating table and you like gussy everything up, pretty everything up, and cover everything up, right? That's what you do. That's what you do. Okay? That's not what Bon Appetit did. That's not what Condé Nast decided to do. They're like, oh girl, you're not going to bully us into equal pay. You're not gonna set that precedent in this country, because if you bitches at Bon Appetit everybody can just walk out and get equal pay and negotiate and say that you're going to get paid XYZ, all of a sudden, all of the unequal pay across all of our magazines got to shift. All of a sudden, the people at Vogue are looking side to side. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, everyone at every magazine is looking side to side like, why is that editor over there getting paid more than me when I do the same job that she does? Or why is this person getting paid more than me? I do the same job that he does. So then all of a sudden they got scared. They're like, oh no, if we have to send Bon Appetit out to pasture, and if we have to destroy the channel, and they're destroying the channel. And this is what I'm saying. They're destroying the channel. And this is why they're destroying the channel. Because you have now shown us, because people are coming out and make statements. I'm not going to read all the statements. All the receipts are out there. Carla, Gabby, several people have come out and they're like, no, these contracts are trash. The negotiations have been trash. No. So now you're exposing yourself as being racist trash. So you have put a bad light onto the brand now. Now, you can't save the brand now. How can you save it? Especially when you have bigger people from the channel leaving as well. And I'm going to get to that. But it's like, you've exposed yourself that it wasn't just Adam. You can't even pretend. You can't pretend it was just Adam Rappaport now. That was your scapegoat. He was your scapegoat to save yourself. And you're like, no. We're going to sacrifice this is the sacrificial lamb. We're going to sanitize this whole situation with some other way. We're not doing that. We're not giving all that equal pay stuff. That's too much. Y'all are doing too much. So, where am I at? So now we know that they're trash. So when they do they're bringing in all these women of color now to come. They're bringing them out to come work in the freaking test kitchen. They're going to be at an uphill battle. Okay, they're going to be disadvantaged. They're going to be at an uphill battle, and they're going to be like, because the audience is mad. The audience is upset. We just had all these people leave, okay? And now you're bringing in all these new people. I'm like, who are these people? Who are these people? And we're still upset about what happened. We're still upset about what happened. And this is why I almost titled this video, Reasons I Can't Support Bon Appetit Anymore. That's why I almost titled it that, but I didn't. But here are the reasons why I said that I cannot support them anymore. So you're not going to give people the equal pay of all of the people of color who work in the Bon Appetit test kitchen when they appear on video. And yet you have these shows. So how can I continue watching as a woman of color? How can I sit here and continue to watch this channel, a channel where you have Brad Leone literally traveling the country. You have him literally traveling the world. You're buying this white man plane tickets. You know what I'm saying? Plane tickets, train tickets, bus tickets. He can go anywhere he wants to, on top of the budget that it takes to take the film crew, the producers, the editors, the director, on top of the funding that you need to pay for all of the ingredients, the food that he uses, etc. So you're willing to put that on front. You're willing to put all that money into Brad, but you won't spread out some of that money to the other people. To me, it's like all you have to do is take his budget and take half that budget and spread it out to two different people. Maybe we have Brad Leone, but maybe he just makes less videos. Maybe he doesn't need to make all this content where he's flying all over the world having a grand old fucking time, okay? Maybe we don't need that, but that's where your priorities lie. So that's one thing. Then speaking of traveling, let's flash back, because I have it right here. Molly and Carla 2 years ago went to Italy. Was it 2 years ago or a year ago? 2 years ago, Molly and Carla literally went to Italy to make cheese. Like, are you kidding me? You sent two white women on a plane to Italy to make cheese, girl, but Sohla can't get paid her worth? I can't. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing because if you are a person of color, any person of color who is sitting here watching the Bon Appetit YouTube channel, we're embarrassed. It's embarrassing now because it's like, oh, we were like kikiing and like, oh, this is so cute and funny. Carla and Molly are so great, and they're drinking wine. They're flirting with the farm people who make the cheese. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this is so cute and funny. Ha! They have great chemistry. I love Carla and Molly. And then Sohla can't get paid her worth. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. This is why people are like getting extreme to where they're like, every time they see like an all white cast, now they're like dragging the movie trailer. Like, that's why people are going to extremes, because it's like, it's embarrassing now. So we start with that, all the traveling. Then it's like, how many thousands of dollars did they spend on Molly having an episode where she did caviar? Remember, Molly's like I don't know what the name of her little show is, but where she gets all the little presents and stuff. Literally thousands. They were literally talking about how it was thousands of dollars worth of caviar. And that was cool for Molly. That was cool for Molly, but like Sohla can't get paid. Rick can't get paid. Gabby can't get paid. That's crazy. How do you look? How do you look? Embarrassing. I keep saying it and it keeps being true. Embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Okay? It's shameful. And then let's talk about Claire. Again, it's making me embarrassed because like here I am standing Claire. I'm a stand for Claire, and it's like I look like I'm neglecting everyone else right along with you neglectful racist editors. Now I'm in cahoots with you because y'all are ignorant. So here comes Claire. I love Claire. But here she comes. She's tearing up equipment. She's ordering stuff off Amazon. She's doing days and days worth of remakes. All of the food it takes to experiment and try and all these things. You see what I'm saying? How many thousands of dollars of kitchen equipment has Claire broken? At least hundreds. And if you combine what she's ordered and combine it with her food budget, that's thousands. It's thousands of dollars you are investing into her show, and she's getting paid on top of that. And it's just amazing to me. It's shocking to me. It's shocking. And then to a lesser extent, Chris, his show where he remakes things, he remakes the same dish several times. That takes a budget, you know. It takes a budget. And he gets his own show. I love Chris. But then it's like you ask yourself, how does Chris get his own show? I mean, he's great. But it's like you kind of like look at, like when you really think about it, how does Chris get his own show? I mean, I would watch, I think, no offense to Chris, I thought her show was good, but like, I don't know. So all these people left. So who left? 7 people left. Sohla, Priya, Rick Martinez, Molly and Carla, Gabby, and the latest one, Claire. I'm out. I unfollowed them months ago, though. I unfollowed them in August. I was like, I can't anymore. I can't deal with that. And this is why I'm like, I'm embarrassed. It's embarrassing. But I also like can't deal with the drama anymore. I can't deal with the drama anymore. Like, I just like, I can't. So now that's the statements. Oh, all of this was brought on because I'm consulting my notes. This morning I got an email. Hold on. My mouth is getting dry. Hold on. I got an email from Barnes & Noble because you know who has a cookbook coming out. Claire has a cookbook coming out. And I was like, I want to talk about Claire's cookbook on this channel, but then, all of this stuff, I don't want to like post a video and be like, I got Claire's new cookbook, yay, unboxing or whatever. And then like all of this stuff is just lingering in the air. Like the elephant's just lingering in the background. No, we can't do it. So we have to address it. I got an email. My book is on the way. I pre-ordered it. From barnesandnoble.com. Allegedly, it's a signed copy. We'll see when it gets here. So what's next? That's why I had to address this. What's next? And then it's so stupid because now you have Sohla. She's making her own channel. So now you have literally Sohla leaving, probably taking a sizable portion of your audience with her, dipping, going solo onto another channel. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Now, if Claire opens up a channel, if Claire starts a YouTube channel, guess who's gonna subscribe? I unsubscribed from you, Bon Appetit, and I'm subscribing now to when Sohla's making her channel, when Claire is making her channel, if Carla and Molly twirl their butts back to YouTube. All these people, they're competing. So you fire 6 people on a medium where they can easily compete with you now. Girl, you're stupid. And that's why it's dumb. That's why they're a stupid evil corporation. A smart evil corporation wouldn't have did all this. It's so dumb. And then the people who stay. So let's talk about some of the people who stay. Chris stayed. Brad Leone stayed. I mean, if I was traveling the world, girl, I have a family, and Chris and Brad have families to feed. They have families to feed. So now you're putting them in a position to be like, okay, little Johnny and little, Brad has all these little blonde kids running around, his little blonde sons he has all these little kids running around. So now he's supposed to like just quit in the middle of a pandemic and step out on faith. Brad doesn't have a book coming out. Like when, it's just too, I can't. And what about Chris? I can't do it. I still support the chefs. They still seem to support each other, whether they stayed or left. I can't support Bon Appetit anymore. I just can't. But what's next? So now they have this new editor. Hold on. The new editor's name is Dawn something. I don't know. I'm just kind of feeling like that's great and everything, but I'm just like, and Dawn Davis and Sonia Chopra, that's great. More power to them. Maybe they can rebuild the brand. And this is what's disgusting. So now that they've destroyed the brand and put all of this negativity on the brand, and we know that whoever is higher than Dawn, okay, whoever is higher than her is trash, because they literally took the staff to the negotiating table and was like, instead of giving you your terms, we're just gonna let you walk away. So we already know whoever hired Dawn to save face, that was dumb. That person is dumb, and I don't want to support that person. Like we know that some of the trash people are still there behind the scenes lingering. So what are we doing? What are we playing at here? So it's hard. It's hard because now, and this is what happens. I've seen it's like there's like a term for this in business. When a business is failing and then they hire like a female CEO, that's something that they do. That is like it's like a trend. Like when something is going under, they hire like a female CEO or a female, you know what I mean, COO to come in, and they're supposed to save everything. And when they don't, it makes the women look bad. So now you have Dawn and Sonya swooping in. God bless them. I mean, whatever they're going to do. Whatever they're going to do, they're going to do. Okay? It is what it is. I did buy Claire's book. What's next? New representation. Like I said, the new black girl that they have on the channel, she is now going to have an uphill battle. Because I've already looked like boo boo the motherfucking fool for Bon Appetit. I am going to be very reticent to come back and be like, ooh, you know, maybe one day. And this is what I wrote in my notes. Maybe one day, but not soon. I do have Carla's book. And when I was bringing out Carla's book, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna like hashtag where cooking ends. The Bon Appetit Test Kitchen. Hashtag where cooking ends. Okay? Goodbye. That's all. That's all we have for today.